Now it's time for Saluki football. Saluki football with Dale Lennon is brought to you by Cook Portable Warehouses. Cook Portable Warehouses. When you need room for your stuff. Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center. SIOC Sports Medicine Specialists are the official orthopedic providers for Saluki Athletics. Kroger. More value for the way you live. And by Vogler Ford. Across from University Mall in Carbondale. You've got to get to Vogler. Now it's time for Saluki football.
Hello and welcome to Saluki Football with Dale Lennon. I'm Mike Reis, substituting for Darren Kennard. Saluki coach Dale Lennon is alongside. We'll talk about the ISU game and more for the next hour on Saluki Football with Dale Lennon. Coach, welcome. You think I can handle this TV stuff, or you think I'm just a radio geek?
I got all the confidence in the world in you, Mike. We'll do well.
I appreciate it, Coach, and don't laugh when I start fumbling all these papers all over the floor.
Just keep the ball secured in place.
Your thoughts on Illinois State's game? The mistakes late in the fourth quarter triggered the margin of victory for Southern.
Well, you know, it was one of those games we had to fight for 4 quarters, and you know, the second quarter was a little disappointing. We let them get back in, and right before half, especially, you know, made it very interesting. And that's what I told the team at halftime. We were going to find out a little bit about ourselves with this second half and how we responded. And fortunately, in the fourth quarter, we came up with the plays when we needed them and got the separation that happened. Big win for Southern. Big win for the Salukis over Illinois State, and a great day for Deji Kareem. His highlights. Southern's highlights in the victory over ISU are coming up on Saluki Football with Dale Lennon.
Defensive masterpiece by Southern so far tonight. Wide receivers to either side, running back to the 9. SIU has 6, now 7, now 8 up on the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Southern's blitzing, gonna get there. There's a sack, fumble. Southern's on it.
Saluki Athletics would like to thank Cook Portable Warehouses for their continuing support. Cook Portable Warehouses offers a variety of options and features to meet your specific needs. Check us out online at cookportablewarehouses.com. Cook Portable Warehouses, when you need room for your stuff.
A lot of people tell me that they enjoy the Kroger brands.
I love the Kroger brand, so I buy a lot of things that are Kroger brand.
That's something that has really helped save a lot of money doing that. The Kroger brand cheese is really good.
The Kroger brand ice cream, it's a great price, but it's a good quality. I've decided to stick with a lot of the Kroger brands versus the national brands.
Get more value for the way you live every day at Kroger.
You can't tell the difference. My family can't, and I've got some picky eaters.
Why?
Why?
Why? Why Old National Bank?
As a community bank, we're all about community service.
And the only way to do that is to be out and about.
Making a difference.
On an everyday basis.
Commitment to community is extremely important in this day and age.
It shows that Old National is serious about making a difference.
We want to give as much as we can.
Why? Why? Why Old National Bank?
Everyone here
is focused on making a difference.
And focused on being your bank for life.
What does greatness taste like?
Miller Lite.
He throws it across the field.
He's got something.
30,
He's got
40,
something.
50.
He's got it.
40,
He's got it.
20, 10.
He's got it.
End zone. Touchdown. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
That's what greatness tastes like. Triple hops brewed, great Pilsner taste. Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
In that year, in 2004, by the way, Southern went on to go undefeated and win the then Gateway Conference with a 7-0 record. I'm Mike Reis, substituting for Darren Kennard. Coach Dale Lennon is here. Saluki Football with Dale Lennon. The ISU game yesterday, Southern's 9th straight Missouri Valley Conference win. You start well in this ball game, and not just Deji's run.
No, overall, you know, we've had a history this season of getting good starts, playing well at the very beginning, and, you know, that's a good confidence boost for us. As a coach, you're always worried about where your mentality at and how the game plan is going to work. So, you know, we've been pretty happy with our starts.
SIU and ISU on Saturday at MCANDREW Stadium. Let's check out the highlights. Homecoming, the weather doesn't get any better than it was yesterday. Coach
Oh, beautiful day. Perfect day for homecoming.
All right, let's 11,134 watch the ball game on homecoming. To the highlights on the first play to Bryce Morris.
And again, good vision by Chris to see him downfield, and yeah, you like to start off throwing the ball, and we were able to get a few things going.
And then hand it to Deji for 13. Kareem the Dream had quite the day, the third best rushing day in Saluki history with 273 yards. When you throw it to Joe Alaria, Dale Lennon, he catches the football.
You know, he's a competitor, and he just, when the ball's in the air, he's going to catch it, and he's going to get you some yards.
Shaky start for Kyle Doherty yesterday, Coach. This miss on the field goal attempt, later a point after the miss, his first misses of the year at midseason.
Yeah, you know, that was disappointing for him, and you always worry about the mentality, but he did a good job recovering.
3rd and 1, Southern with a big stop on ISU's leading rusher, Gino Blow, and the Birds have to punt it away. All right, Deji Kareem starts to pound the ball, Coach.
Well, we wanted to get the run game established too, and you know, this is a good way to establish it right here.
It's established now.
It's
on
established.
This play, at least after this play, Coach. And watch the finishing speed, though he does get chased.
Well, and that's what it makes him very special, is that he does have that breakaway speed. You give him a seam, and he has the ability to take it all the way.
So we're in the first quarter. It's 7-0.
His ability just to buy some time and get the ball to the receivers.
Eod Salem is the leading rusher as he throws to Salem on a couple of plays, 1 for 8 and 1 for 6.
And they just got a good passing game, high percentage, and you know, right now they're just doing a good job of giving us, taking what we're giving them.
They settled for a field goal to make it 7-3. Should have been picked.
Yeah, well, a couple breaks there were some ill-advised throws.
And now, on the next play, Southern capitalizes on the mistake with Deji's run.
Well, that's when things are going well for you. It wasn't a good exchange, but because of that, probably gave us the seam that he needed to get to the end zone.
So it's 13-3 in favor of the Salukis at the end of the first quarter. On the ensuing kickoff, Dale Lennon, watch Kyle Walker's coverage.
Well, here they misplay the ball here, and kind of each one thought the other guy was going to take the ball, and Kyle, he's fast enough where he can get down there and almost recovered it. So that was an impressive play by Kyle.
Deji gets arrested, and you go to Steven Strother.
You know, he's a good back that's just going to keep getting more and more playing time. You can see his speed and his shake, so you know, he has that potential to break the big run also.
That was an 11-yard run, and the freshman from Virginia gets 16 on this run to the ISU 15. And now the reverse pass to Joe Alaria.
You know, just to kind of switch it up, we hadn't shown this on the season. They do a very good job of defending it, and you know, Chris probably should have thrown the ball away, but he secured it, played a smart move, and just ran out of bounds.
Doherty hits the field goal, so it's 16-3 in favor of the Salukis. Now it's 3rd and 11. You got him boxed in. Here's the touchdown pass. Take us through the coverage.
Well, it's a little disappointing here because we are playing pretty well. We're getting some margin as far as the score, and then we just basically came off of our receiver, and it was one of those mistakes that we made in the secondary that you always harp on, but you know, hopefully that'll be a lesson learned also.
Now Gino Blow on a 42-yard run, and then all of a sudden they've got big plays and the momentum, and big plays you'd stop the previous 3 weeks.
And football is a game of momentum, and you know, that has had us on our heels there in the second quarter.
They kick a field goal, though, to make it 16-13. Deeker sacked for a loss of 3, but you rebound, and here's the touchdown pass to Cheatham, and then the penalty afterwards.
Well, you know, for the play, you always want to answer, you know, a score of the opponent, and here we do a great job. Good throw and good catch, and you know, Mark has to be a little smarter than that, and the officials are going to really call the sportsmanship close, and you know, that ended up hurting us.
The Georgia-LSU game was in the forefront nationally, but they're watching that stuff closely, aren't they?
They're going to call it if they can, if they see something like that.
Now, back-to-back penalties that really hurt following the sack.
You know, that too was disappointing. You know, and here is just a face mask where, you know, that's going to happen from time to time, and it's a 15-yarder, so it's pretty significant.
And then got a personal foul. Now here's the pass to Salem for the touchdown.
And again, the momentum swing, this one definitely put the momentum in their favor.
Last couple of plays of the half, you're not going to sit on it.
Well, I wanted to send a message to the team that, you know, we were going to go down swinging here in this second quarter, and, you know, we got to be ready to play.
Here's the Hail Mary pass. Now this is roughly 65 yards in the air for Deeker.
Yeah, that's an impressive throw. And, you know, I feel sorry for, you know, Chris. We kind of, you know, with that being an interception, and so it shows up on his stats. But, you know, we just wanted, again, send that message that we're going to play all the quarters.
In the locker room, are you angry, especially angry at the way the second quarter ended?
Well, initially I went in and just kind of, made the statement about discipline. We got to be more disciplined in what we're playing. And then at the end of the halftime, when we brought the team together, the message was the second half was really going to tell us what type of team we are, how we handle adversity, and what we do here is going to really define us.
What's your confidence level when you come out of the locker room in situations like that? Are you confident your team's going to respond, or don't you know?
Well, you're kind of playing it by ear. You're hoping. We've been through that situation before. We have responded well. So the belief that we can do it is definitely there. It just matters, what happens on the course of the action that's occurring out there. And there's a lot of different things that can occur during a game. So you're trying to be ready for anything and everything.
Tight game at the half, 23-20. Let's get to that second half and see what the highlights are. And Matt Brown hits on his first play to Salem for 8 yards. Now their second tight end, Klein, with a catch up the boundary, coach, for 34.
Yeah, we had a blitz on, and, we just got caught out of position, and that's why he had all that space to run.
You give yards, but your defense generally makes the play in the red zone. Watch Mike McElroy.
Well, that red zone is tough to score, and, you can really close things down on them, make it tough for the quarterback, and, we were able to do that here.
Kyle Walker with the hurry on Brown. The pass is incomplete, so they have to settle for a field goal, which is huge. They were driving for the go-ahead score, but Southern holds them to a field goal. It's tied at 23, and so the Salukis get the ball, and it's time for a big play. This one to Jeff Evans.
Good thing here, Chris is buying some time here, finds the receiver downfield, makes a good throw. Jeff's open, and 45-yard play. That's a nice way to get it going.
Speaking of 45, Dale, it ends up being a 45-yard field goal by Kyle Doherty. That makes it 26-23. In favor of the Salukis. Kyle Walker's making some noise with Mixon hurt, isn't he?
Well, he's getting his opportunity to play. He definitely has the football skills. That's good for the outside backer spot, and I like what I see.
Here's Clifton Gordon with a 4-yard run as we move into the fourth quarter. Next play, they go to the flea flicker, and Corey Lindsey with a play.
This was the play of the game in my mind. They were wide open going down the middle. Corey makes a good read and break, and ends up getting in position to pick the ball, and that was the play that we were looking for.
That was the first mistake ISU made, and the Salukis turned it into points, and it's always good in these situations to turn to number 31. Kareem the Dream.
Really proud how the offense responded here, because this was an opportunity for us, and the offensive line did a good job getting him to the second level, and then Deji can do what he does in the second level.
6-yard run. Deji gets Southern in position and then busts in on this next play to give the Salukis a 10-point separation. The 31-yard touchdown run and cut back.
And that was a good job with the offensive scheme, combining the inside runs with the outside runs, kind of kept the defense guessing, and again, Deji does a good job getting into the end zone.
His third touchdown of the game. Now Brown with a nice move to get the pass to Walker, another freshman, down to their 23, so they're right back at it, and they throw to Blow here for 8, and now comes a huge play, and Ryan Patton sets it up.
Yeah, Ryan does a good job here coming up off the rush, and basically Matt's trying to make a play here, and just didn't go down where he probably should have, and we were fortunate to get the ball.
Chance Cota recovers it. Salukis take over, and a big third down conversion.
And that's the key, the third down conversions, keeping the ball from them, and here we turned it into a pretty good game.
Deeker hung in there beautifully to complete that pass to Evans for 18 yards. Now he runs.
And that's the thing, too. We talked about him using his feet to be more of a weapon, and he does have some good speed, and, we'd like to have him continue that.
All right, now Deji with a 19-yard run down to the ISU 34. He's run you into position, and you take a shot in the end zone to get the quick score.
Yeah, the one thing here, Bryce could have ran a little better route. Didn't give Chris a whole lot of sideline to work with, but, we took our shot.
Here's the put you near 2-touchdown lead with Doherty's field goal. That makes it 36-23, and ISU tries to come back, and Brown finds Salem over the middle.
Well, they're battling right now, and, they're competing well and trying to just get that score.
More pressure as the game went on. Adabifa and Cota chasing here.
And that was something that we were trying to do, find ways of getting pressure from different angles.
Fourth down, Fred Wright with the pressure here.
And there we wanted to bring as much pressure as we can, just try to create a quick throw, and fortunately, it worked for us.
So the Dogs with the football, holding on fourth down. Kareem eats up clock with a 6-yard run here. Now the touchdown pass to Ryan Kearns.
Well, they had a lot of guys in the box, and we wanted just to go to a bootleg and, kind of get that first down to keep the clock going, and Ryan Kearns is all alone down the field, so Chris threw the ball.
Goode was too, and Beaker could have run too. There were all sorts of options.
And that just shows you they were playing the run pretty aggressively.
It isn't a Saluki game unless Mike McElroy picks one off, and he does right here.
And again, Mike just a smart player back there, and you know, a good finish to the game.
Lucian Walker will help you run out the clock. You like Lucian Walker, don't you?
Good, hard-nosed runner, and our confidence in him has definitely increased, and you know, you'll be seeing more and more of him down the stretch here.
This is an 11-yard run. Lucian follows up with a 6-yard run as the Salukis put the finishing touches on 8 straight homecoming wins. Beaker with a kneel down makes the final 43-27, and the Salukis beat ISU for the 3rd year in a row and 5th time in 7 tries. 43-23, the final. The Salukis 4-1, part of a 3-way tie for first place at 3-0. Let's check the stats from Saturday's ball game. Beaker 15 for 26, 274. He's now number 9 all-time at Southern in career passing yards. Deji's 273, the 3rd best day in Saluki history, and look at that average per carry, almost a first down every time he touched the ball. 273 and a 9.8 per carry average. Then the receiving stats in Saturday's ball game. Joe Alaria with 5 catches for 37 yards. Cheatham and Evans. Cheatham's was a touchdown pass, and so was Kearns. And defensively, Kyle Walker was the leading tackler in that ball game with 7 for the Salukis. Let's head to the locker room afterwards and post-game reaction by the Saluki players.
The second half is really going to show how good our team is and what kind of team we really are. And I think we stepped up as a team, offense, defense, special teams, and came out. And I think we proved to ourselves that we got something good going here.
We just tried to stay positive, man. We're a close-knit defense, so we just tried to remain focused and positive, execute our defense. Early on, we just wasn't executing. Hands down, we wasn't executing on defense. So second half, we tried to come out, be more focused, come out, be aggressive, and execute, and that's what we did.
We're running the ball successful. That's when they're going to bring some guys down, and that's when it opens up the deep ball downfield. And we just took advantage of, you know, when they gave us that opportunity to do it, and it worked out for us.
All right, Southern a winner yesterday by a score of 43-23. Kareem's yards, Dale, seemed to come on the simplest of plays. The stretch play yesterday was huge. He has to have huge holes.
Well, the offensive line's doing well, and our scheme isn't complicated. You know, we got the inside zone play was our bread and butter, and then we combine that with a power play off tackle, and then we got the stretch play on the perimeter. So, you know, you just try to get a good mix of that with your game plan, and you know, give Deji enough touches where he'll have a chance to get to the second level.
He had 613 yards in total offense. A couple weeks before that, 699 against Southwest Baptist. Those are 2 of the top 4 games in Southern's history. Offensively, do you feel you have a prolific offense, as those numbers might indicate?
Well, I think we got good balance, and I think what's happening is that we do have the ability to run and throw, and because of that, when a defense is overplaying a certain aspect, you come back on the other side of it. So if we need to throw the ball, we're very confident in our passing game, but if we can run the ball, you know, we're very confident that we can make some things happen running it.
Let's check the Salukis health-wise, brought to you by SIOC. Chauncey Mixon, will he be back next week from that broken jaw?
You know, it looks good. I'm not going to say anything definite until we get him out and see how he runs around on Tuesday, and kind of go from there. But you know, there's reason for optimism.
Chris Arthurs and Brandon Williams hurting in the ISU game. What's your gut feeling here about their availability?
Well, I think they're going to do everything in their power to be ready for the Northern Iowa game. So you know, we'll see how they feel today, and you know, I'm anticipating that they're going to try their best to be ready.
SIOC Sports Medicine Specialist, the official orthopedic provider for Saluki Athletics. Coming up, we'll take a look at one of the great performances individually in Saluki football history. That's later. Coming up next, Kelly Burke profiles one of the unsung heroes on the Saluki offense, fullback John Goode. As we go to the break, here are the rest of the Saturday scores in the Missouri Valley.
Our free market economy is dependent on supply and demand, not government intervention. For more than 30 years, Banterra has worked to further a free market economy by supporting local businesses. Banterra has never taken government money, unlike many of our competitors. In fact, of the top 4 banks in our region, Banterra is not only the largest in market share, but the only one not to take government money. At Banterra, we believe business is best left in the hands of citizens. Banterra, banking with local style.
All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go in there and see how long it takes you to get a price on a car.
Okay.
All right? Yeah, I'm just waiting on Tim. He should be back any minute. What happened? Tell me. Oh, we gotta get out of here. Don't let this happen to you. This month, Vogler Ford's No Pressure Sales event has all cars tagged with no hassle prices.
Man, my face hurts.
It's killing me.
When I injured my knee during practice, my coach referred me to Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center. They're the primary orthopedic provider for all Saluki athletes. The MRI revealed a torn ACL, but it was corrected with outpatient surgery at SIOC Surgery Center. Afterwards, I worked with specialists at the on-site physical therapy and rehab center, and I was back on the court just in time for our first game.
State-of-the-art orthopedic care, close to home.
Saluki fans can enjoy great discounts at 17th Street Bar and Grill every time the Dogs score 17 or more points in a game. When they do, go to SIUSalukis.com and print out a coupon good when you go to any 17th Street location the week after the game. 17th Street. Peace, love, barbecue. Deji Kareem is off to a standout start for the Saluki offense, leading the nation in all-purpose yards, terrorizing opposing defenses. Number 31, clearly the focal point of defensive coordinators. Kelly Burke, however, shows us it's Kareem's backfield mate who's proving to play an integral and often overlooked role in Southern's success.
If blocking is the forte of a good fullback, then John Goode is the right-hand man in the Salukis' run offense.
You got to be physical. It's really about, you got to love the guy that you're blocking behind you, and I would do anything for Deji, and I would throw my body against huge men, It's really doing anything you can to make it to where that defender, doesn't tackle the ball carrier.
And it's Goode's very blocking abilities that have been instrumental in the success of Deji Kareem's breakout season.
You got to be a man. You got to be really, really just lights out, like wanting to go hit somebody every play. And he has that mentality, and I love it about him.
And the high school linebacker turned fullback relishes his role, flying under the Dogs' radar.
Seeing him run for 92 and run for these great 21 yards per carry against Southwest Baptist, I take pride in that. I take pride in him, just having these great games, and it's not really about, me getting any glory.
We like utilizing him several different ways, naturally as a blocker and as a receiver, and every now and then we'll give him the ball.
Goode's stats a very modest 3 catches for 13 yards and 2 touchdowns. But on the rare occasion his number is called, he's ready.
During practice I catch a lot of balls, but during games it's mostly blocking. So you just got to be ready for when the time comes, be able to make the plays.
Second down and 3 following the timeout. 4 minutes to play. Deeker play action. Bootleg right. Looking. Throwing. Goode has it. Touchdown SIU.
This past game I caught a ball. I thank the man upstairs because I dropped a few balls this week. So when I caught I was just like, thank you, Lord.
And touchdown catches aside, Goode's game all predicated on the physical and hard-nosed football he's perfected in the art of a good block.
I like to run block. Pass block's a lot more finesse. Run block, I can just run in there and just kill people if I need to.
For Saluki football, I'm Kelly Burke.
Coach, what makes him an effective blocker?
Well, he has a great attitude more than anything else. To be a fullback, it's a very thankless job. A lot of times you're just a role player. You're not on the field all the time, but when he's on the field, he wants to make a difference, and he has that aggressive mentality like a linebacker where he's run blocking, he's searching and destroying, and that's the fun thing about playing the fullback position is you get to go hit a lot of people.
And you throw to him, as we saw in the Western game, just enough for him to continue to be effective, but not enough where it isn't a surprise.
It's a good complement to our offensive package, and when we do slip them out in the flat, a lot of times defenses aren't ready for that, and a lot of times you'll see him by himself, and when we do get him the ball, he'll catch it and usually give us a pretty big play.
When we come back, this week in Saluki football and the top dog, they're coming up next on Saluki football with Dale Lennon.
You
Kasasa? Do you have a free checking account that pays you massive interest in cash? Yep, cash. Not points or doodads or hey, a toaster. Nope, it pays you cash. Cash for the money that, well, is your money. Do you have no minimum balance and nationwide ATM refunds all paid back to you in cash? And oh yeah, excuse me sir, but would you like some cash with that? Do you get it? If you Kasasa, you do. Do you Kasasa?
Don't just bank. Kasasa, only available at America's finest community banking institutions.
Gourmet cuisine, natural scenic wonder, and a promise to treat you like family. That's what you'll find at Walker's Bluff, Southern Illinois' premier vineyard destination. You'll always find the very best in food, drink, and atmosphere at the Bluff. Walker's Bluff is a proud supporter of Saluki Athletics. We'll see you on Walker's Bluff Saluki Row before the game. And remember, the Bluff is the official post-game destination of Saluki Sports. Hope to see you this weekend at the Bluff. For more information, go to walkersbluff.com.
Why?
Why?
Why? Why Old National Bank?
It means a lot when I tell someone we've been here for 175 years.
Our history is the foundation of our strength.
And our stability.
We're passionate about doing what's right.
Day in and day out.
People can tell if you really care.
Or if it's just a slogan on a wall.
Why?
Why?
Why Old National Bank?
We're here for the long run because of our strength.
Why would you go anywhere else?
Old National is your bank for life.
This week in Saluki football takes us back 12 years to October 11th, 1997. Sophomore receiver Cornell Craig caught 11 passes for a school record 219 yards, leading the Salukis to a 31-29 win over Illinois State. Craig is SIU's all-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. He's a Hall of Famer. This week in Saluki football, brought to you by Vogler Ford in Carbondale. Now it's time to name this week's top dog, brought to you by Marion Toyota. It's Deji Kareem. The guy continues to roll. Kareem the Dream, 28 carries, 273 yards on the ground against ISU Saturday, a 93-yard touchdown run, 273 yards. Is the third best single-game rushing game in Saluki history. We salute Deji Kareem, this week's top dog. Now the updated Mo Valley standings. Northern Iowa, SIU, South Dakota State 3-0. They all won Saturday. Youngstown State is 2-1. Missouri State and Illinois State 1-2. Western, North Dakota State, and Indiana State are winless. So here's what's ahead. The much anticipated showdown between SIU and Northern Iowa at Cedar Falls, 4:05. The game's on Mediacom. The game's on the radio too, on the Saluki Sports Network in Southern Illinois on 105.1 VZA. And both teams, Dale, tuned up with similar games on Saturday. They won at North Dakota State, and you, of course, beat Illinois State at home.
Yeah, this will be it's a fun matchup. This is why you coach. This is why you play, to be in games like this that are very significant as far as the conference championship is concerned, and you're basically playing one of the best teams in the country. So we're excited about it, looking forward to it. To go to somebody else's place too, where the place is going to be packed, noise is going to be a factor. All that just really does add to the excitement and the anticipation of this game.
Southern has not won there since 1983. You won there as North Dakota's coach in 2006. What's primary in winning there?
Well, the big thing is just keeping the focus on the field. There's going to be momentum swings anytime you play a team in the dome, and you got to be able to overcome that. You got to be able to answer anything that's thrown at you, and just have that mental toughness. And I think we've done enough here that we've proved we can handle some adversity, and hopefully we can build on it.
At Saluki coach Dale Lennon, I'm Mike Reis. Thanks for joining us on Saluki Football with Dale Lennon. Darren's back next week. So long.
Saluki Football with Dale Lennon was brought to you by Cook Portable Warehouses. Cook Portable Warehouses. When you need room for your stuff, Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center. SIOC Sports Medicine Specialists are the official orthopedic providers for Saluki Athletics. Kroger, more value for the way you live. And by Vogler Ford. Across from University Mall in Carbondale. You've got to get to Vogler.